Hi, guys. Hi. Hi, guys. Hello. Hello. Hi. Oh, hi, guys. Hello. Happy Sunday. Child, I'm sitting here in my pajamas, yo. So we listen and we don't judge. Hello there, Asia. Hi, guys. Hello. Hello. It's good to see you, Jewel TV. You don't usually be able to catch my lives. Hello. Hi, Stephanie. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hi, Trini. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Cydia. Hi, guys. Child, listen, I'm right behind you. As soon as this live over, I am right behind you. I'm over here going through stuff, trying to find something to wear to work. I don't usually pick out my clothes in advance. I usually just whatever I feel or whatever I see. But because I'm like not settled where I am yet, it's like I'm trying to like cut down the time in the morning. Midnight here in London. Ciao. Hi, just me. Hey, girl. I'm not mad at you. I cannot wait to get into bed. I've been in here studying. I'm cooking. I gotta please y'all, please don't let me burn my food. I'm making Indian food, buttered chicken, and it's simmering on the stove. Please don't let me forget, because I'm getting ready to have to check on it. We're not gonna be long. I just wanted to talk to you guys and just get some feedback and just chit chat. It's Sunday night. Got on my pajamas. Some of you guys are already in the bed, so it's why not? No, don't say yummy yet, because I haven't tried it. I have not tried Indian food that much. I've tasted here and there. I'm not really a big spicy food person, but it's like I got this chicken in the freezer that I needed to cook. So I'm like, I got this butter noodle recipe or this butter chicken recipe. So I said, let me try that. And now it's simmering and I don't want to burn it all up because now I ain't got nothing else to eat. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. How are you? Well, I got the garlic naan and I got the stuff on the stove. Um, I got my rice already made. I think that's it. I think that's all I need, right? I can do butter chicken, allergic to nuts. I do love tikka masala. I haven't tried any of it. So wait, it's like peanuts or something? Is it like made in the sauce? Love garlic. Now, listen, I opened the pack yesterday. It was supposed to be tonight, but I opened the pack yesterday just to check because I had the choice between the plain nine and the garlic nine. So I was like, let me try the garlic one. The only reason that I was like wary is because it has cilantro in it, and I hate cilantro, but I can't taste it. So I was like, let me try because it's in the sauce. Oh, okay, okay. I was gonna say I didn't see anything lumpy. All right, y'all. Let me go check while y'all coming in. Let me go check. Sound burn up the stuff. If it's done, I'ma show y'all. Okay, so I had to take it off of the stove because I was getting ready to burn it all the hell up. So we don't got time for that tonight. So and I'll make up the plate and all of that stuff because like I'm nervous and I don't want to be on here mad because now I ain't got nothing to eat fooling around with this. Just bring us in the kitchen. I love raising coconut. Not you trying to be all up in my new place. Like, let me get situated first. Just bring us in the kitchen. I got boxes everywhere. No, y'all ain't fitting to be grinding me up all on the live and in y'all inbox and screenshotting and can't app. Not happening. You wait till I get settled, then I'll bring y'all in. Think you slick. Bring us in the kitchen. Absolutely not. Yes, take us. No. Soon as I'm situated, I will bring y'all in the kitchen. I promise. No judgment zone. That's a lie. Because I'm judging. Let me see something in somebody's house I don't like. I'm zooming in. I want to see. So no, ain't no judgment zone. When it come to house, I'm judging. Sorry. Because I want to see what all going on. Especially if you dress nice and you drive nice and all. I better not see something out of place in no house. Because I'm looking. Just focus on the food. Lies. No. Absolutely not. I got 3 pans out and I'm cooking with probably 2 utensils. No. Will not be trying to play me. Screenshot and having me all on somebody's page. No. And then I don't have no control over who on these lives. And now I'm wary of people because people on my lives that I don't want on here and think they're going to tell me what I can and can't talk about. So, yeah, no. We are your true friends. Yeah, okay. That's how I know I'd be getting ate up because I would eat up my true friend. Not the way you be stepping all outside with all these fashions on, honey, and that kitchen ain't together. Absolutely not. Uh-huh. Hi, Lita. Hello. Like, hun, clean up. No, for real. Yeah, like, no. It's nothing to be ashamed of, but, I mean, it's life. The way I be on here crying and snotting and telling y'all all my business is nothing to be ashamed of, but, it's just not up to par to where I wanted to at least show y'all. Like, I mean, I ain't even got the boxes stacked up. They all over the place. So at least if it's a little aesthetically better, I take you in the kitchen, but I'm doing okay. How are you? Yeah, I'm doing good. You got it together. Things happen. Yeah, like moving out of nowhere, and yeah, things happen. So we trying to get it together in here. So I was telling you guys last time that I am gonna like show you around when I do certain things because I want you guys' opinions on certain things that I'm doing in here and like different wallpapers and all of that kind of stuff, like setting up my dining room table and all of that. All of this stuff is like so exciting, but it's going to take time because you know you got to take your time. With the style you like last year may not be the style you like this year, so you don't want to just be buying things and it's not what you want. So dang, I should have bought my tea in here. Some people are ridiculous about cleaning. Yeah, good and bad. Like my sister is on the other spectrum. Like she'll have to get up at like 4 in the morning and go to work, and it'll be 1 o'clock, and she'll be cleaning something up. Sis, ain't nobody coming in here. Like you sell drugs? Like ain't no police kicking in the door in the middle of the night. Go to bed. Those few dishes in the sink will be okay in tomorrow. Like I promise. And then you got other people that just like don't clean at all. So. I'm somewhere in the middle. My dad was such a neat freak. I think he traumatized me. Like I'm trying to think of a word. Like I can be a little all over the place sometimes. Like right now, the room that I'm turning into my closet upstairs, it's clothes everywhere. Because I'm pulling them all out of the suitcase, out of the bags, trying to find stuff because I didn't get everything that I was supposed to take. So I know what I have. So if I'm looking for something and it's missing, I'm pulling everything out. Then after I done pulled everything out, who putting all this back? So I just leave out. And then, that stuff, it piles up. Step over something nowadays. After the last time my husband and I had a deep conversation about letting go of other people's problems. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's hard. It depends on the type of person you are. Like you can't my mom was just telling me that she was seeing this video of these kids that were starving, and the kids were crying, and sometimes kids are casualties of things that go on and they don't have no control. That does not leave you. If you're any type of a human being, that stuff doesn't leave you. So I understand like letting go of people problems, or it could be somebody struggling with a bill financially and they come to you for help and you don't have it. So it's like, I can't squeeze blood from a turnip. Like, I don't have it. What do you want me to do? So I get it. Like, holding on to people's problems is sometimes it can be a detriment to your mental health. Not even just walking away with your health when you're young enough, walking away with your health, period. Like, I don't know what went on today, but today has been such, like, this was really like the main reason I wanted to get on live with you guys. Today has been such like an eye-opening day for me. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on. Maybe like, I feel like God was sending me like, hi, Aunt Asia, it's your nephew. Hi, child, not my baby on here, fit to be all in my business. Hi, baby. See what I mean? Never know who be on here. Hi, my love. It's like, you can stay, my love. I want you to say hi. Hi, I miss you. How are you? You can stay. Auntie's okay. That's good. Yes, you can stay, my love. You can. I'm not gonna put you off. You can stay. Auntie's doing just fine. So it's like God was just like giving me little signs and stuff like all day, and when I be taking breaks and stuff from YouTube and just not feeling my best mentally, sometimes I feel like I'm giving up. And being strong is, it's a two-edged sword, because like I told you guys last time, sometimes I feel like people don't take your feelings and things that happen to you serious because they're so used to you being able to handle anything. So if something serious happens, it's rolled off. Like, oh, Asia will be off. She'll be fine. Like, she got this. She's strong. She cool. Or, you'll make a comment about how you're feeling that day. And it's like, well, don't be dramatic. You are right. And all. Like, it's like they don't want to take serious that something could really be wrong. And that's how people unalive themselves. That's how people break down and have like, mental breakdowns and stuff. Like, it bothers me that I feel like sometimes people don't take what I say serious or what I go through serious. Just because like me and my sister are like total opposites in a sense. My sister is way more sensitive than I am. She holds, like how you were saying about letting go of other people's problems. My sister is like that. My sister will hold on to what other people are going through like it's her. Her life can be perfect. She will hold on to what other people are going through. Me, I will hold on to things if it's my family. If not saying that I don't care about anybody else, I do. That's the problem. But it only really, really, really affects me is if it's my family, especially my sister. Like I will like, it's everybody got to go when it come to my sister. But I feel some type of way because it's like, dag, but just because I may not fall apart or I may not cry as fast as my sister will, or I may in the heat of the moment, I can handle things because if something's going on with you, you don't need me falling apart. You need me to spring into action and to use my sense to help whatever's going on. So in the moment, I don't really have time to fall apart. That don't mean I'm not dying inside. Just because I'm not showing it on the outside. And that bothers me sometimes. But then on the other hand, it's like, what I realized today is I am strong. And these last couple of months, Lord Jesus, these last couple of months, I have not even months, These last couple of years, I don't really even recognize myself. And this morning when I woke up, I don't know about anybody else, but the sun was like extra bright or something this morning. And I had a whole new outlook or something. Like, don't send those smiling faces because you know why I said, oh Lord. So my sister is here, and child, if y'all see some inappropriate comments, I ain't even gonna tell you the username. You'll know who she is. Um, I have not felt like myself lately. And this morning, it clicked in my head, and I've been seeing like videos and things that basically the questions that I have really been asking myself, because I've been asking myself a lot of questions lately. And I got a lot of answers today. Everyone handles stressors. No, seriously, they do. And I feel like because everybody expects me to be so strong, a lot of these things I have been holding in, and it has really been coming out in other ways. My eating habits, my biggest sign that things have been changing and not for the better is my panic attacks. The way my chest has been feeling lately. I've been having health problems my whole life. It's things that been going on, like you can't help that. When it starts to become a problem with your breathing, with your heart, all of that kind of stuff, it's time to like pull back. Like, okay, what's all going on here? And the stepdad is a mess, but she stayed through all of the ish, and now she doesn't even know herself. My husband broke down. He said, I used to beg her to leave. Sometimes it's not always that easy, though. Even when kids be involved, it ain't always that easy to just pick up and move from a life that you always thought you were going to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. How many people would get married if you knew 2 years, 3 years, 20 years, you would be getting divorced? You wouldn't. How many people would get married if knowing your marriage would be retarded? Nobody would do that. Nobody is going to purposely sign up to have your life turned upside down. But some people, that's all they want out of life is to have a family. Some people, that's who they are. You know what I'm saying? Homemakers, mothers. Some people are so empathetic and they got so much love to give, and they just are born to be mothers. They're born to have a family to take care of. So now you finally get what you've always wanted, a beautiful family, and it just gets snatched from you. Mind you, you don't even know how it happened. You just know you woke up one day and you just had to make a decision. Some people don't have a choice. The decision is made for them because you can only give but so much. Hi, my sister, Queen, is all good. We never met personally, but always praying for your well-being and your rescuing. There's so much strength in our weakness. Thank you. You're on your own time right now. Good for you. Yeah, but it's like the process of becoming a better person is not an easy road. And I feel like this road is not for the weak. Maybe that's why I'm on here. As weak as I have been these last couple of years, that's not who I am. But it took me having to be knocked down or drugged to the bottom for me to see that strength is not always what people think it is. It's not, oh, Asia can handle anything. You can do anything to her child. She'll be fine. Strength is if something happens to you, even when you think you don't have nothing left to give, even when you think you can just lay there and just let it overcome you, you find something somewhere. That's where I was when I was getting my medicine. It would be so many nights where I would be getting the chemo and I would just be like, you know what? I can't do this no more. I'd just rather just let the cancer come. Like, I can't. But I would find something. Like, you have to keep going, because the alternative is are you dying? Who wants to do that? So you have to find something somewhere. I am, baby. I'm absolutely fine. You have to find something somewhere to push through. That's the definition of strength to me. It's not, I got this. I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need, I can do whatever. That's not strength to me. I am a woman and I deserve to have a good life. I deserve to have a beautiful life. I deserve for it to be kind and soft and like that's what I deserve. So strength to me right now is finding that and living in that. Like, okay, how many of you guys are like looking forward to the new year? Are you looking forward to the new year because of opportunities? How many, trying to think of how I can word it. Okay, are you confident that this new year will be your best year ever? How we all say every year, this is my year. Or are you afraid of the unknown? Me, I hate the new year. Anybody that knows me will tell you I hate the anxiety I have around New Year is like crippling. I'm gonna tell you why I hate the new year. Because just like some people have a hard time around the holiday times, the new year is just like so stressful because all I want is for my family to be safe. Once, and I don't know what is it about 12 o'clock, but once 12 o'clock hit and I start getting all these text messages from my family, and then I get on the phone and I call my grandma phone because I'm on her line 12 o'clock. I'm texting with my mom, my aunts, my cousins. We all texting each other, Happy New Year. It's like such peace over me when 12 o'clock comes. Oh my God. How long have you been going through the divorce? I'm afraid of the unknown as well. Like, I'm optimistic because your year can be the best year if you make it, if you put the effort in. But some things are out of your control. Since March of this year, my God, like, are you guys like splitting up things? Are they contesting it? Why is it taking so long? Like, it's, I'm in a bubble that has gone from one situation to another. Appreciation. It's more than any words can express. I feel that if I can have one more breath, the key is staying in the moment. It is, because guess what? I seen a video today and it was naming so many things that go on in your life in a day. Like, okay, you lost your job. Your kids are acting up. Money is tight. You are alive. And it may sound like cliched or, anybody can go in there and make these. And I don't know why in that moment, it hit me like all of this complaining, all of this being sad, and all, because everybody else is doing them. Let's just be clear about that. All of this sitting home being sad and all of this, everybody else living their life. While you're taking all of this time away from you. I seen somebody posted something on Instagram, and it I hated it at the time, but it was a picture of all of these people in a line, and then at the end of the line, it was like heaven and the light, and it said all of these people were basically in an assembly line, and at the line, people were like going up into heaven. I'm going to assume this was like the rapture or something, and the caption said, "Every breath you take is you're closer in line." And it just like at the time it was like, why would you post this? Like, don't nobody want to look at this. But I never forgot it because all of these years that I have wasted being scared, and it's not going to change overnight. I can't change my insides overnight. I'm not going to say tomorrow I'm not going to be scared. I'm not going to say, I'm going to have the best day every day. But all of the time that I have wasted being angry, being sad, holding in so many things, not going after goals because, all I'm thinking about is time. Like I told you guys I wanted to go back to school. All I'm thinking about is how much time it's going to take for me being in school. Like all this time, you ain't going to be making the money you want to make in until 10 years. I mentioned something to my girlfriend and she said, the time is going to go by anyway. So whether you do what your goal is or not, whether you complete whatever it is on your list or not, that time is going to go. So it's either you want to wake up in those 10 years and still not done what you wanted to do, or you could have accomplished what you wanted to do. And who says it's going to take that long? You may accomplish it sooner than the 10 years, but if you never do it, then you're never going to know whether, you can accomplish it or not. It's not going to be something that you can cross off of your list if you don't even try, because you're so worried about time. Like that has been such like a Achilles heel for me, time, because so much time has been wasted. Like if I could pray for anything, it would literally be time, because turn that into growth one step at a time. You will get there. And I don't have patience. I agree with you 100%. But because of the time that was wasted, now it's like I'm in this mad dash to just, try to do stuff. And that's not the way to do it either, because you're not going to get anywhere and you're not going to do it correct. And again, I don't have any more time to waste. Yeah, no, seriously, it don't wait for anybody. Like, COVID, it was 2020. We get ready to be in 2025. I don't know about nobody else, but COVID still feel like it was yesterday to me, because we're still dealing with the aftermath. Certain things are still not back to normal. Like every time somebody cough, I'm still giving them the side eye. People still getting COVID. Somebody I work with was just out with COVID. So like, I don't know if, people are passing away the way they were because they're not being reported and stuff like it was. So it's like time is really not playing, because this goal that I have now, I could have started during COVID. This 5 years now that I could have been halfway to my goal. But I wasn't in the right mindset then. Is the time to start. Yeah. And it's like, I'm angry with that part, because I could be so much further along if I wasn't so afraid and I didn't let other things stop me. And it's not that I regret the decisions that I made as far as career and all of that type of stuff, because I do, because it did not give me the lifestyle that I wanted, but it was what fed my heart. I loved fashion. I worked for free for years. That's how much I loved it. So it's like I don't regret it, but I do, because I put all of this into something that I thought I was going to get so much out of, and I didn't, but a bunch of clothes. And while I love my clothes, it's like I told you guys last time, if something would have happened to me, what would my paper say? She had a bunch of clothes? It's like, is that all I'm going to leave here? All I have is my niece and nephews. What am I going to leave them? Like, it has to be more. I was telling my mom that sometimes I feel like, and I know you don't be punished for, being sick or something like that, but how, that saying, if you don't use it, you lose it. Sometimes I feel like the way my brain worked, how fast I can pick up on things. I was reading at 3. I can read something in 5 seconds and comprehend what was going on, but I did not use it. All I cared about was clothes and things like that. And sometimes I feel like God said, because you didn't use this, I'm going to take this, you don't need it. So now when I am trying to build up my academic side and further my education, it's harder. I think everyone should have someone to talk to help them through their problems. Remember, you're right where you're supposed to be. I understand that now. I'm trying to understand that now. Let me rephrase that because I'm not going to lie and say I all the way understand it because I don't. I'm trying to understand that now because I can't get the time back. So you might as well get over it and start where you can. And I want to start therapy back. I just needed to take a break because I was tired of talking about it because all I felt like I was doing was complaining. And it was after a while the therapy started to drag me down more than me being home with it on my mind because I'm speaking about things out loud. I'm telling them what's going on. All of the things that's going on throughout my week, it's all balled up and waiting for the therapist. So I'm just blurting all of this stuff out and just hearing it. And it's just like my life is sounding miserable talking to this person because everything is not, well, I'm alive and well, these are my goals. And now I have another chance to do that. No, it's none of that in the therapy. It's what's going wrong, what happened, what I'm feeling today. It's of course you can. Yeah, of course you can. Just you thinking about it, just you offering that is help. Just you understanding is help. Like that's another thing about people that are strong. I feel like people don't understand you. Like you're not allowed to be upset. You're not allowed to, because that's reserved for people who are weak. You need to be strong because you have to help those who are weaker than you. You're not allowed to fall apart. Like, or if you fall apart, you falling apart over this. It's you've done worse or you've had worse. It don't matter whether you've had worse. Maybe you tired of the worst. So maybe the small thing that happened just tipped you over the edge because you had enough of everything that's been going on and you just being able to deal with it. Like even I had an evaluation at work and the evaluation was good. But of course, me, I held on to the constructive criticism. Well, that's been me. The crying is because I've been holding it in for too long. And the evaluation was basically we can feel when you are overwhelmed and we can feel when you are upset about something. And my sister always tells me that. Like I can change the atmosphere in a room. And I never understood that because it's like I don't, knock stuff over. None. I just get quiet. When I'm upset about something or I'm truly like feeling some type of way, I'm dead quiet. And I'm sure it shows all over my face, but who cares? It's my face. Like, don't look at me. But she said my energy is like everybody in the room can feel my energy and it makes other people uncomfortable. And to hear that from strangers, it's like it bothered me a little bit because it felt like you couldn't win for losing. Like if I'm quiet, that's an issue. But then if I'm complaining or saying something that I don't like or something that bothers me, then, that's an issue. So where do you fall where you are heard and you are taken serious and people try to understand where you're coming from, try to understand your side instead of thinking that they know you? Because the amount of times people say stuff and it's just like, you don't know me at all. Like, and they swear they got you all figured out and they have no idea who you really are. Nope, it lies in trusting God with all your heart, mind, and all your soul. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Embrace it, accept it, and understand it. God, please. No, it's fine because I understand exactly what you're saying. I understand because now I get that it's not about all of the things that I want to do. It's about the things that I do that God gets glory out of. And I'm understanding that now. I didn't understand that before. I'm understanding that me chasing everything, trying so hard for everything, I'm forgetting the one thing that is going to get me all of this other stuff. Like me going to God and asking him, like, okay, I went to God before, and this gonna sound crazy, but I've had an issue with this my entire life. Finding friends. I have always, since I've been a little kid, like my mom can tell you the story. I will meet somebody and they instantly don't even know this person name. That's my friend. I've always had this thing with friends, and I am not the best friend picker. You know, my discernment is on point when it come to my family. Like my sister will bring somebody or date somebody. I don't, nope, that ain't it. And 99.9% of the times I'll be right. But come to myself, child, I let all kind of riffraff in. Like I am just the stupidest thing you ever want to meet when it comes to picking friends. But I asked God to give me some normal friends. Like I can meet somebody at work and we'll hit it off and let's go to lunch or let's go to dinner and great. We at the dinner ain't even get an appetizer yet and they asking me for man advice because they going through something with they man. Like, oh my God, can I find a normal friend that don't got an issue? It's like either they have an issue and everybody going through something in their life. Let's start there. I'm not saying that as a friend you can't tell me what's going on. But I mean, we haven't even developed a friendship yet. And I got to put on my Dr. Phil hat. Meanwhile, my house in disarray. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I need a piece of what you're going through. You serious? Yeah. And I haven't had that balance. But I have asked God for, I just want some normal friends that show up for me and I show up for them. Not if I'm going through something, I don't know what to tell you, girl. Call me later. But meanwhile, when they're going through something, I'm right there. I'm gonna tell you when it really hit me. My 18th birthday. Y'all see this right here? I got this the night of my 18th birthday, meaning 17 going into 18. I was out at a bar with these friends. Mind you, I ain't had no business at this bar, but I didn't drink or nothing. When I went outside, which was rare, I went out just to get dressed. I never drank, none of that. Like I was just going out with my friends just to be dressed. And my friend, she lived in the ghetto. So at that time, the area of her where she lived at, it looked like I don't even know. I can't even tell you what the neighborhood looked like, but it was scary. My aunt picked me up from them one day, and I still to this day hear about this block. What are you doing around here? Child, her block was fun. So I'm in the bar, and this guy that I was dealing with at the time, he hung in that bar, and apparently a girl that he was messing with hung in that bar. Now, I was not, hunching or nothing like that. So I'm going to assume he was sleeping with this girl. And I have a bad temper, but I'm working on it. It's not as bad as it used to be. And one of my pet peeves used to be people telling you it looked like The Wire. No, for real, it did. It looked like one of them blocks in Baltimore. It's like it would literally have, how a block have 25, 30 houses on it? Child, this block had probably 2. Like, that's how, like, this block was so scary, but I loved this neighborhood, like, because it just was always stuff going on. So, you're not seeing no food. Now, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna go get my plate and make it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the food. They've been trying to get in the kitchen and I ain't having it. So, one of my pet peeves was people telling me to watch my back. We're not doing all that. What's going on? Like, we're not getting ready to drag this out or none of that. I was not a troublemaker. I did not start fights. But I never ran away from one. And I would definitely finish it. So, one of my friends, they must have been over there with her and her girlfriends or walking past or whatever the case may be. So she overhears them say, she better watch her back. Now, mind you, she knows this is the girl that's messing with my boyfriend. So she comes back over to me We all around in a circle. We're in the back of the bar, which was already, this how you know I was naive and simple. We're in the back of the bar and it was one opening and it was all the way in the front. So she comes back there, Asia, I heard, I was walking past and she said, you better watch your back. So I'm thinking to myself, like, oh shit. Okay. So my crazy behind. I gets up and I goes over there. So it's her and 4 or 5 of her girlfriends. Not even thinking to myself, dummy, your girlfriends is not behind you. Mind you, they're right there. So they saw me get up and move. Maybe they assumed I went to the bathroom. Whatever. Goes up to the front. Everything okay? Because what's going on? Well, what you talking about? Well, all of the neck snapping and all of this. I got to watch my back for what? What's going on? Is everything okay? Like, we're not getting ready to do all of this. I'm not watching anything. If there's an issue, we're gonna deal with it now. Somewhere or another, we gets into a fight. Now, your adrenaline is high when you're fighting. And like I said, I have a temper. So when I fight, it's to blood. It's cops coming, batons beating, like it's that. I'm never gonna stop. That's how I am when I fight. It's not good. I'm not proud of it. I'm just letting you know this part of the story. So she ends up spraying me with mace. I immediately shut my eyes. So it didn't get in my eyes. So all I knew, because, when you're fighting, you're swinging, at least me. Like, I'm not doing all that hair pulling and scratching and carrying on. So she sprays me with the pepper spray. I shut my eyes. I grab her and I spent so much time in this place. I knew where everything were. We were on the side where the bar is. There was a machine. What's that game the guys used to play where you hit one side and the buttons be on the side? Like a pinball, something like that. Machine right behind us in the corner. I grabbed her by her hair, the other one by her front, lifted her and slammed her on top of the pinball machine. Her girlfriends are fighting me behind me. My adrenaline was so high, I don't know what, I could not feel anything, but I knew they were attacking me. So it's a bunch of guys in this bar. They break the fight up. Mind you, my eyes are still closed. Y'all, this girl pulls out a razor. She pulls out a razor. And I was told this was how it went because I couldn't see. She pulls out a razor and goes like this with the razor. So the razor went right here and down my shoulder. So I have a mark on my shoulder from her she could have sliced my eye, my nose. She could have went down into my gum because, mind you, we're in a bar and there's a million people around. She just went like this. They get us outside, and the guys are pouring water on my face. So after they pour the water on my face, I'm able to see a little bit because, again, I shut my eye. Thank you, Jesus. I shut my eye, and the pepper spray never got into my eye. So it didn't take long for me to be able to see. So they like, sis, you bleeding. I don't feel nothing. All I feel is rage because my adrenaline is going. So I don't feel nothing. So they like, it's, after the water and stuff is dried up, they seeing the blood and they like, it's your mouth. So instantly, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, what you mean my mouth? So I goes in a rearview mirror of a car. Y'all, all you see is split and like not pus, like cotton, like white, like puffy, all in my mouth. So I'm assuming like whatever that third layer or whatever a skin is showing, like I was in shock. So I was driving that night, and mind you, ain't had no license. So I'm looking. Everybody starts coming out of the bar. I done seen my mouth because now I got to get out of here. I see my mouth. I don't have my keys. Don't have no bag. I'm looking at everybody coming out this bar. Everybody coming out this bar. Y'all want to guess who was the last set of people to come walking out this bar? 50 or more people in this bar because the bar wasn't big. 50 or more people in this bar. Guess who was the last set of people to come walking out of this bar? My girlfriends. Kept that in the back of my mind because I did not have time for that. I had bigger fish to fry. So they end up driving me to my mom's house. My mom ends up taking me to the hospital. So at this time, I wanted to go to Children's Hospital. So we went to Children's. Y'all, I had to get stitches all in my mouth. I'm crying all in the emergency room. So we in the room. They're asking me all what's going on. They numb me up. So I've never seen this before in my life. I'm seeing the lady with the needle in the thread. She's going in and out of my lip. My lip is going like this. The whole time she's pulling. I'm watching her. I don't feel anything, thank God, because she numbed up my face. I'm watching her pull this thing. When I tell you, each time she pulled, all I can think about was, they ain't never got to worry about me again. Every time she's going in and out of my mouth, they ain't never got to worry about me ever again. We in the room. The phone rings in the room. The nurse says, you have a phone call. Y'all, guess who was on the phone? Done called the hospital. The boy who started this here whole thing that he wanted to be sleeping with her and messing with me, telling her whatever it is he had to tell her, because now she mad at me. Meanwhile, I don't even know her. Calling around the hospitals trying to find me. Don't ask me what made him call Children's, because he said, I called all the hospitals. We in the room. My mom is sitting there like, he calls the hospital. I said, but not y'all put him through to the room. That'll do it. That'll do it. He called the hospital. I said, they ain't never, when I tell you, ever had to worry about me again. That was really, I was like, and I had other instances after that. Not to that magnitude, but I had another friend that I trusted. You know what I'm saying? Seeing little stuff, seeing, little things that was going on, all the little craziness around my wedding and stuff like that. Like, you see stuff, me being all dumb, all hyped to have a friend. I held on to that because that's, it's like, I'm a girl, I'm a girl's girl who don't want friends. You're here to have relationships in life, male relationships, female relationships. That's, I don't want to sit in the house by myself all the time. And now I love it. Can't get me out the house now. But being younger, I wanted a friend group. Then Sex and the City came along, and then you looking at this, this group of supportive friends, and you always got somebody to call, and people are there for you. Like, I wanted that. Child, I was down bad. So I prayed and asked God, I don't even have to have 50 million friends. Because first of all, I don't got time for it. I don't like coming outside like that. So I don't need 75 friends. Because the ones I got now, I'll be canceling on them as is. So I just want a group of friends that I don't have to worry about all the time. I don't want to have to decipher what it is that they trying to say or tiptoe around them, because if I say something 2 weeks later, this going to be an argument and I don't even remember what the hell I said because you done waited 2 weeks to bring it up. I don't want that kind of stressful friendship. Like, it's just always something, the pettiness, like the vindictive, the competition. I don't want none of that in my life. I don't want to be in competition with my friends. I want my friends to be better than me because I want to elevate. That's what I want. That's where I am in my life right now. I want to elevate. I don't want nobody. If I'm the smartest friend, we all fucked. I don't want to be the smartest friend. I don't want to be the smartest in the room. I don't want to be the best dressed, because I used to hate that. I don't want you copying off my clothes. I don't want you envying nothing I got. Like, I don't want none of that. I want my friends to be just as decent, if not more than me. I want to look at my friend and be like, yo, she doing that. Like, let me straighten up. Like, let me get myself together. That's the kind of friends I want. He gave me what I asked for. I have friends that show up for me. I have friends that are doing so well in life that they have left me 17 times over. My sister always laugh and be like, you asked for all of these here, all these wealthy friends. You forgot to ask God for the money for yourself. So now I'm like, because I know how to handle that and I know the type of person I am, they make me want to be better. It's not about like, she thinks she better than me because she got all this money, or she think, well, how she keep getting all this Van Cleef? That's not me. Guess what that is? Oh, I need to step my game up. My girl doing it. Like, I want to go and, figure out how I can add to my income. I want to figure out how I can add to my education. Because when my wealthy girlfriends are sitting down discussing politics or world views and all, because I'm going to tell you something, they not sitting around talking about other people. It may come into the conversation every once in a while, but these people got other things on their mind. These people got more important things on their mind. These people are worrying about the world, their finances, the stock market. Like, that's what they're sitting around talking about. So when I'm sitting around my friends and they're discussing worldviews and stuff, I want to be able to chime in with a view that can add to the conversation. Not, yeah, girl, because y'all heard what was going on the TikTok, child. Yeah, girl, he was knocking her head up between the washer and dryer. Don't nobody want to talk about that. And don't nobody want to hear that. Like, that's the kind of, and I have a friend for that. Don't get me wrong. She does well in life too, but she'll get her gossip on quick. Like, she'll call me if something going on, she hurt. Now, mind you, I don't know nobody, but I want to hear anyway. She'll call me and let me know what's going on and what she done heard, and we'll move on. We're not sitting around discussing other people's business. I had a friend in college who were good when she didn't have, but when she had, she was going. I told her, I got family that could use me. I don't need a friend like you. But no, seriously. And what's crazy is, other than the girl that lived in the ghetto, after that, all my friends were successful. My friend that I had, we were friends over 10 years. She was extremely successful, multiple businesses. She's not doing well as the friends that I have now, but she, at that time, she was doing well. Multiple cars, beautiful cars, like, she did well. But she was one of those types, if I needed a bag or I wanted a bag or something, we would go to New York and I didn't have enough money. No, we're not leaving without that bag, because you ain't about to embarrass me. You getting it. I wanted a pair of sunglasses one time. I think these sunglasses were like $700. And I had just went and bought a bunch of stuff, so I was a little light. Of course, she bought the glasses. Like, she was down with that kind of stuff. But if the minute I tried to elevate myself, the minute I've been on this journey for a long time. This ain't something that I just popped up and, whatever's going on TikTok and that kind of stuff. This is not this. I have always wanted to live better. I didn't come from garbage or ghetto. And when you come from good family, all you want to do is keep going. You live this way, but then you see it's a better way to live. And you're like, hey, I didn't know they did this over here. I thought this was nice. Like, what's going on over there? Like, that's where my mind be. So now when you get a little taste of this neighborhood, okay, well, what's going on behind that neighborhood? So let me go see what's over there. Tell your mom I said hi. So now I want to see what's better. I've always been like that. The only place that I fell flat was what I wanted to do as far as how to make the money. When I did hair, like, that money was coming in. And it was kind of like drug money, though, because I was making it for years, but it's not necessarily sustainable, because everything has this expiration date. Everything can be a fad. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like drugs. The drug dealers now, y'all not going to tell me y'all was making the same amount of money as the drug dealers in the 80s and 90s. I'm sure they're still crackheads, but I don't see them the way you would see them back in the day. So that is where I always fell short, because I've always dreamed big. I just never knew how to put those dreams to fruition. I've always had big goals. I remember I used to want to be a video girl. When I was a teenager, nobody was shaped like me. Now, everybody and their mom got a BBL and carrying on. When I was coming up in the 90s, nobody looked like me. I was a young teenager. Nobody looked like me. I was tall. My hips was natural. Like I always was shaped like a what they call it, a Coke bottle. That was always not even a Coke bottle because I never had big boobs. I guess it would be a pear. I was always shaped like a pear. Nobody looked like me. I related to the girls on the video. And I used to buy, I don't know if y'all remember King Magazine. I used to buy King Magazine. I used to buy Smooth Magazine because I related. I just was hoping that my mom ain't think I was gay. But I wasn't looking at them in a sexual way. I was looking at them because I related to them. Like they looked like me. All the other kids look like kids. I'm 14, 15 years old. I look grown. Like, you know what I'm saying? The way I look now is the way I looked then. No, I'm lying. I was smaller. But you get the point. But I always wanted to be better. I've always wanted to do better. It's not, none of this is new. I don't know. And maybe it's kind of like, I don't know what it's like to have ADHD, but in my mind, that's what's commuting. It's like you want to do all of these things, but you don't know how to get there. You want so much, but you don't know how to get there. And that's always been my problem. And now I'm trying to take my time and figure out, especially in this economy, this is what you want to do. This is how you want to live. This is how are you going to get there? I have resources now, but sometimes I'm afraid because I don't want people to think that I am using them. I don't want people to think like, every time I talk to her, she's asking, she want to pick my brain and think, people are funny about that kind of stuff now. And I don't want people to think that that's what I'm in it for, because I'm not. Like, I am in it for genuine friendships. But at the same time, when people have these kind of connections, you would be a fool to not use these resources. And at the end of the day, I'm just trying not to waste any more time of this one life I got. Like, I don't know what happened today, but I am in a whole new headspace. If that makes any sense. I just want to go to school. I want to further my education, work on my body, work on my nutrition, just be not even the new year, new me. Like we ain't even got to wait till the new year. I just want to elevate every aspect of my life because this is all I got. This is all I got. And when I go to God and ask him for stuff, he gives it to me. I don't know how to ask. I always ask for part of it because I ask for a good friend group and I have it. It's an awakening. No, seriously. I ask for a good friend group and I have it. And I want to keep that. But I want to be an asset to my friend group as well. You know what I'm saying? You don't think about that when you're asking for certain things. You don't think about you being the runt of the group. You know what I'm saying? When you asking for these type of friendships, and I didn't ask for rich friends. Don't get me wrong. This just happened to be what it is. But I asked for friends that I can trust. And I have a friend that's closer to my age, but believe it or not, my friends are older. They're not like old ladies, like we ain't gonna act crazy, but they are older. And I love that because they have a level of maturity that I love. Like I said, they don't do all of this gossiping. They are there when you are down, but they don't let you stay there. Like one of the things about one of my friends that I love, she'll let you vent and get out, but then it's like, okay, let's pick this up. You know what I'm saying? Like let's move on from this. How can we make this better? They don't let me stay and stew in it. You know what I'm saying? And the only other person that I can say that has ever like held my feet to the fire in a way that is like, okay, I'm gonna let you feel this and I'm gonna let you, get all of this out and I'm gonna sympathize with you, but now we got to figure out a solution is my sister. Like sometimes, and it don't last long, but sometimes I don't even be wanting to tell her stuff because I already know it's like, I'm not going to get no sympathy. Like that's not how this is get ready to go. Because all she's going to see is, number one, where did you play? What part did you play in this? And you're letting it overtake your life. I just talked to my mom, Tina, since my mom makes up her birthday with November 9th. She won't let me stay in this pity party because sometimes it's like when you're going through crazy stuff in your life, you can be stuck in a pity party, and nobody wants that. Like, don't nobody have time for that because, again, that is time that's being wasted. And then when you look at the other people that are involved and everybody is drinking and going to parties and slapping five and just having a great time, and you're sitting over here miserable, wasting time and looking a mess. And it's like, even me cutting my hair was a step towards me getting back to where I needed to be, getting back to who I want to be, gaining all of this weight and just like, this is not even who I am. Like, yeah, I love to eat. Don't get it twisted. But old me, my appearance was more important to me than me sitting around eating all day and just not taking care of myself. And that's not what God wants for me. That's not what all of this I went through is for. Like, I'm supposed to get so much more out of this, but I can't because I'm dwelling in what all is wrong. And I can't do that anymore. I'm not going to say every day is going to be perfect. I'm not getting ready to get up like this every morning, but I don't have no more time to be wasting. Like, I don't have, I don't know when Jesus is coming. I hope I am an old lady in my hundreds. I hope Brookie old and she have kids. Like, I want to be around to see my niece grow up and have a beautiful life and be a part of that. I want to be to her what my aunt is to me. Every time I'm something going on and it's an astronomical amount of money in the back of my, I'm ready to throw up. But in the back of my mind, I know who I can call. I don't know, but I know. You know what I'm saying? I might catch hell, but I know she's not going to let me drown. You know what I'm saying? And I want that for my niece. I want her to be able to call me. I don't care what it is. When mommy and daddy don't want to get me the new sneakers and the sneakers is $300 and she 10. Like, you don't need no $300 sneakers, but you're going to get it anyway. Like, I want to be that for her. I want her to be proud. I want my friend group to be proud. I want to be a part. I want to be an asset to my friend group as well. Not just the low man on the totem pole or the one that, everybody else has to help. You know what I'm saying? Like when my sister be on my line begging, she be, I be eating her up, but I be proud that I can help her. Not always got to be me calling somebody and, you know what I'm saying, needing help all the time or something always happening to Asia, because sometimes I had to really take stock. Like, what did I do somewhere that this is going on? Because it just literally felt like back to back to back to back that I was getting hit and not realizing that it was meant to change my mindset. It was meant to change my outlook. It was meant to remove certain things out of my life, because whatever this next step is, whatever this next journey is, how they say everybody can't go with you, everybody can't go. And it doesn't matter who it is, family, anybody, everybody cannot go. And it was meant for me to talk more about the things God can do, because I did not always lead with that. I don't always ask him when the stuff is going on. I'll go and ask everybody else their opinion before I go and ask God something. And sometimes it's because I want to do what I want to do. So if I ask God and I found out it's the opposite of what I want to do, I don't want to hear it. So that is a part of it as well. But I'm just learning Everything has to change. The way I look at things has to change. How I deal with things have to change. In order for you to go to the next level, you have to change. And I did not realize that until this morning. I swear I didn't. It's not everybody else. It's me. I have to change in order to grow. I have to change in order to get to the next level. And it's not going to be overnight because you are who you are. But if you know, and it's a conscious effort, you can definitely get there. Like, I am proud of my YouTube. I am proud of the fact that as much as it is not the same and as much as it pains me to be back in school, that I started. Like, I'm proud of that. And is my life in shambles a little bit right now? Yeah, but guess what? I'm not in shambles and I'm still here. So every day that I'm here is every step towards all of this being in the rearview mirror. Every time that I make a step forward, that's going to be another step towards all of this being behind me. I cannot wait for the day all of this is behind me because y'all, I'm telling you, I might throw a party on the YouTube. Like, I can't wait for the day all of this is done. But right now, in order for me to get through it, in order for me to deal with it, I have to change my outlook and how I deal with everything. Because it's not serving me and it hasn't been serving me. All it has been doing is letting the enemy get in my head. Like, the fact that I had thoughts that I was going to lose my mind, that ain't even me. The fact that I've had thoughts like I would never hurt myself, but I see why people do it. Because they're tired of feeling pain. They're tired of thinking about this. They're tired of having these things on their mind. I don't talk like that. That's not even me. But it has been me these last couple of years. And don't nobody got, I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm blessed with new opportunities. I have people in my life that, I'm happy with. I can call and they're there and I can be there for them. My family is safe and happy. Like, I can't ask for more right now. Everything else that I need is in my hands. It's up to me. It's up to me to ask God for it. It's up to me to trust God that I'm going to get it. It's up to me to do the right thing so that I can get it. Like, that's another thing. I don't know how much of this is from things that I have done wrong, could be my teenage years. You reap what you sow. You don't get away with anything. And I wasn't a bad teenager, but, I wasn't perfect. So I don't know if these things are I don't want to say karma, but, you're reaping from the mistakes that you've made before. I don't know if that's what the case is, but what I do know is from this day forward, I'm going to be conscious about my movements. I'm going to be conscious about how I talk and the things that I say over my life because I say anything. And as much as my mom tried to tell me to be careful what you say, I don't think of it. You just talk, and without realizing how much of what you say out of your mouth affects your life. And what's crazy is it seemed like the negative stuff will come to pass before the positive stuff. You can say all day how you want to be rich, and I don't see no money dropping out the sky. But let you be saying how poor you are or how you don't want this and you don't want that. And when I used to complain all the time at my other job, how I did not want to work. Didn't I lose it? And I didn't want to work. And I kept saying it out loud. I don't want to work. But then when I was home, it's like, yeah, this is great, but By the time you don't went to the gym, by the time you don't went to Home Goods, by the time you don't went to Whole Foods, by the time you done sat at the cafes and, you done kikied on the phone and you done watched the stories and all of that, this is your everyday life. After a while, it felt like you didn't have a purpose. Now, do I want to be clocking in and stuff all the time? Not necessarily. But getting up in the morning is like, you have a purpose. You have something to do. You have a day to look forward to. And even at work, I have changed my mindset, especially after my evaluation. While it was good, it just was a reminder that this is work. These people are not your friends. Shut the hell up. Stop, I don't care what they in there because everybody will be in there complaining. And the minute you chime in and give your, what you don't like or what you feel as though could be improved, guess who everybody going to hear about? It ain't going to be the people that was complaining when you walked in the door already. It's going to be what you said. You don't know these people like that. These people are not your friends. It is work. It is work. And it's like sometimes it takes time for you to understand how these things affect your life. You get things on your own time. It's not about what somebody else's is timing is. It's not about what somebody else wants you to do. You're going to get things on your own time. Because I was having a conversation with one of my coworkers, and this was at my old job. And she was saying that her and her grandmom did not get along well. And it was basically what I was getting from the story on the outside was because the grandmom wanted better for her, but did not know how to get her there. She wanted better for her, but in order for her to better her, it was beating her down. You know what I'm saying? It was criticizing her clothes. Instead of saying, baby, I don't want you to dress like that. You're too beautiful to have that on. Why don't you try this style of this? It was ripping her apart, attacking her self-esteem and even the guys she dated. So one day she told me, which I thought was crazy, but one day she told me that she finally got enough and she snapped at her grandmom. And she said, if you had all the answers, you would be better. If you had all the answers, you would have more. While I think she is 1,000% wrong for talking to her grandmom like that, because it could have been a way that she did it, that was me a lot of times. I am definitely a person that considers the source. And it may not be the best way to be because, you can't always discredit somebody's experience, somebody's wisdom. But if I'm going to start a business and you ain't got 20 cents in the bank, why are you giving me business advice? Like, I'm not paying attention to what you're saying. I tell them on this one that they are coworkers, not your friend. No, seriously, my family tells me this. It's like, because that's how I'm Joe. Like, that's how I be. Like, I'm telling you, always trying to make a friend somewhere and getting too familiar, getting too comfortable, and it backfires on me because these people don't know you. They don't know your intention. They don't know who you are as a person. And everybody could be saying the same thing. And the minute I start talking, all of a sudden it's a big whoop. So now what do? I'm still nice. I'm not going in there, with a chip on my shoulder or nothing. I smile, I talk, but this is business. My mom told me, don't let nobody mess up your money. Because while you getting escorted out the door, they still gonna be in there getting their paycheck on top of still talking trash. So it's like, it's not worth it to feel like I belong. Hi, Keisha. It's not worth it. It's not something that I want to I want to deal with every day. I'm trying to figure out how to make my life as easy as possible, as less complicated as possible. They try to keep you from making the same mistakes they made. And that could be true, but it's like you if you didn't make a mistake in this way, it's kind of hard. It's like, again, if you just had a regular job and you scraping by and robbing Peter to pay Paul, it's kind of hard to take advice from this person. Now, if you've had a business and the business failed, that makes more sense. If you've never had a business, what are you giving advice for? How are you trying to stop somebody from making the same mistake? You didn't make this mistake. Like, that's what I mean. And again, it may not be the best way to look at it because you still don't want to discount somebody's wisdom. And I am more open now to listen to people and to take heed to what they're saying. Because before, I don't want to hear nothing you talking about. Yeah, I'm going to listen to somebody that has more. They have more. Like, why I'm listening to the poor? Like, I don't want to be poor. So why would I be taking advice from the poor? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. It's not that I don't want to listen. It's me considering who is giving me the advice and what the subject is. You know what I'm saying? You getting life advice from your mom. Yeah, of course you're going to listen to an extent, especially if you're young. You're going to listen to an extent because that's your mom. You would hope she know what she's talking about because she's been where you are before. So life stuff, yeah, of course. But if you're talking about, a business and elevating and all of that, you're going to look to people that are there already. Well, that's true. That's true. But that would help the conversation along. Like, don't you think? Like, if you had, like, okay, if I'm trying to do something and you're giving me advice on it, wouldn't you think that would be helpful to let me know that you did this so you know, instead of you just telling somebody what they're doing wrong or what they should be doing with something? I would think that would be how I would be in a conversation. If somebody was trying to model and I never modeled before, how I'm giving them advice. But if I did model, I would tell them, listen, I tried this. I wasn't the best model, but this is what I learned. So why don't you try this? Like, to me, that would make more sense than if you are holding back a whole chapter of your life, but trying to give advice. Yeah, they could very well have done it and you don't know. That makes, of course. But again, I would not know that. So how would I know this is somebody reputable to take advice from if I don't know you did this or you tried? That's like, prime example, a married person taking advice from a single person. If this single person never told you they was married before, would you take advice about your marriage from this single person? I wouldn't. It doesn't even make sense. You're not married. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what it takes to be in a marriage. You don't know what would go on in a marriage. So why would I take advice from a single person? Now, if you tell me you've been married and this is what you've learned, that makes more sense to me than somebody who has never been married or don't got no man and you trying to give me marriage advice. I mean, it may be a crazy way to look at it, but in my mind, that's how it commuted. But that's not the way that I'm going to approach things anymore. I am going to be more open to what people are trying to say, especially if it sounds like it's coming from a good place and it's constructive criticism. I don't mind that. The trying to be smart, trying to be funny, yeah, that's going to be a problem. But constructive criticism and you're trying to help, I don't mind that. I don't mind that because, everybody has different life experiences. I'm realizing, like I don't know everything. Apparently it's a whole lot I don't know. So I'm trying to navigate life just like everybody else. I don't have all the answers. All I have is the common sense that I think I have. So if I see something that can help, I'm going to try to help. You know what I'm saying? I do it even with my niece. Never had a baby in my life, but I got common sense. So I try to use my common sense to help. And it's because I want the best for my niece. I want the best for this baby that is here now, that is looking to her family to take care of her. She don't know what's going on in the world. She just out here in the world. All she know is to scream and eat and tear up. That's all she knows. So it's up to the big people in her life to teach her and keep her safe and all of this kind of stuff. So I'm just going off of the common sense that I try to have and the two nephews that I've had before she came. Like that's all. That's really, that is just the name of the game right now. It's just trying to be better. Like just trying to, every day that you wake up, trying to be better than you were yesterday. Trying to, everything that you learn, implement in your life. And you're not always going to hit it every day. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when it feels like your brain is fighting against you, you don't always know which way to go. Even if somebody's telling you right. Like this is, and I mean, and I try. I don't feel like I am. Because if I was, I would not make the mistakes that I made. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like I'm gonna share something. Sometimes, like when I would be by myself, it would feel like, even if somebody was telling you good, it would feel like your brain will be fighting against you. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Sometimes when I used to just want to give up, and my mom would tell me, you're gonna be fine, you're not gonna die, you're gonna be fine. Sometimes in my mind, I would hear, yes, you are. You know what I'm saying? Like the couple of times that my cancer was trying to come back, I would hear, you know, this is what happened. Like I remember one of the times was around the time that I was watching Housewives, and um Nini's husband had got sick and his cancer came back and he passed. And I was, I don't want to say I had a scare, but it was a scare that it was trying to come back again. And it was like that was yelling in my head. And as much as you on the outside try to stay positive, it's like you had a whole other person in your mind that was telling you the opposite of what you were trying to show on the outside. Even times where I would be like, I'm gonna be fine. That's what I'm saying on the outside, because in the inside of my mind, it was, you're gonna die. This is coming back. Like, even if it don't come back there, it's gonna come back in another spot, right? All the time. Like people don't understand what it's like to feel like your mind is fighting against you. So sometimes it's not always so cut and dry about you just listening to somebody. Sometimes you are fighting against your own self. You're fighting against your own fears of what's going on. You're trying to hold on to that piece of sanity that you have that's telling you that, this is not where your story is. This is not what's going to happen. But then you have this loud voice in your head that takes over sometime that's telling you, no, yes, it is. Like I told my mom this one time. she was telling me that I'm gonna be all right. And I told her, like, you know, you were supposed to say that. You're my mom. Because that was what was in my head. Don't listen to her. Like, she don't know. She's supposed to say that. She just telling you that you're going to be okay. You don't know. Look how many people are dying from this. Look how many people are suffering. Who do you think you are? Like, loud in my head. Like, and you can't control it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you've never been there where you can't control your thoughts and stuff, like, it's the craziest feeling in the world to not be able to control yourself and you have to try to like, not, well, tune it out, but try to, like, veer this car into another direction because it's telling you that this is it. This is always going to be it. This is, I don't know who you think you are, but, this is going to happen. So you might as well just sit back and let it. Speak faith and promises. That's, now I know that. I didn't know that then. That's what I'm saying. It's like when it was like really, really bad, I didn't know that then. I did not know that I could, because, like, I used to get mad. Oh my God, I used to be so pissed at my mom because I would get panic attacks. And the first thing my mom would say is, you gotta stop it. You gotta start praying. Sometimes I could be laying in the bed watching TV and it will grab you like somebody snatched you up by the collar. Ain't no talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no stop it before it come. It came so fast. And it's like it overwhelms you. But now it's like, even before you feel like it's coming, it's talking to yourself. Like, even if you're just sitting there and you're reading a book, making sure that you're trying to have more positive thoughts. Like, me and my sister had made a conscious decision about, like, certain reality shows and stuff like that. Like, we don't even watch that kind of stuff no more because all of that kind of stuff gets in your mind and your brain. And I'm not talking about their lifestyle and stuff like that. I'm talking about the anger, the fighting, the gossip, like all of that type of stuff. When you're already mentally weak, that kind of stuff is easy to change your mindset, and it's easy to change how you deal with people and how you focus on people. I already have a bad temper. I don't need to be sitting here watching people fighting on TV all day. What you think that is going to do to you? That's going to add all of this extra layer of anger. So now you doubly ready. When somebody would walk past me too fast, everything okay? What's up? You all for aggressive? Meanwhile, them people just trying to get to where they're trying to go. But you're already fed with all of this crazy stuff that's on, that you're feeding, like, into yourself. And a lot of times, like, people come to things in their own way. It's not everybody is going to come to a realization when they come to it. I don't care what nobody's talking about. You are going to come to things when it's your time to come to it. What's mugwort? Clears your mind. Is that the things Asians eat? Is that like the little green trees or something? That's why Jesus put an anointing vessel in your life to calm your fears. Remember, God already knows what you're going to face because of the mantle that's been put on your life. I mean, I understand that now, but I didn't then. All I knew was, at the time, my body was being attacked, and subsequently so was my mind. Because, again, I had never been through none of that stuff no more before. So it's like, A tea. Yeah, I've seen that. I like Asian mukbangs. So I seen a family eating mugwort, and it's like it was green, and they had fried it in like this what is it, tempura, and they were eating it. So where can you get that from? Like, cause I don't have it to take it to bed to drink it before I go to bed tonight. But can you get it from like an Asian market? Praying that God will continue to elevate and bless you in all that you put your hands to. Thank you. That's why you stay in the spirit and away from people. At least I do when hearing my spirit, people in the world. No, tell me about it. Tell me. It's like all of this stuff, guys. A lot of this stuff is not new, but it's new because I was not in the mindset to be open to it or to pay attention to it. Also, to me, it's like it does feel like an awakening because now I'm feeling like all of this stuff was for other reasons as well as, saving my brother. It's not just that. Maybe it literally was like a surgery, like to fix my brain, to fix how I thought, to fix how I react to things. And again, nothing changes overnight. I'm not going to say if somebody cut me off tomorrow, I'm going to be like this in the car. Like, I'm not saying that. But when you come into awareness of something, all you can do is try to make it better, to try. So it's like, listen, I know I am, but I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to figure out how to word it. None of this stuff matters except for making Jesus happy. I like that. I know. Of course, he wants us to thrive. All of this stuff wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us to use it. Let's just start there. Of course, he wants you to be successful. Of course, he wants you to be smart. Of course, he wants you to use all the resources and stuff that he put here for us to utilize. But a lot of times I go about things the wrong way because I'm so aware of time and that I'm just so ready to just grasp everything because I feel like I lost so much time doing things the wrong way, going down the wrong path, not like drugs or alcohol or nothing like that, but just going down paths that is not where I was supposed to be going, like not what I was supposed to be doing, like life wise or career wise or just things that you're doing because this is what you think is making you happy. But in the end, because you did not think it through or you did not ask, you made these decisions and they weren't always the best decisions. No, actually, taking care of Brooklyn is taking care of Brookie is one of the things that brings me the most joy in life because even you guys, when you were small, when I look at y'all, it's like the good parts of the world because I had no idea, and I probably still don't even know for real, how crazy the outside world is. And looking at this little face, and all she wants to do is run and scream and play and be loved on and come give you a kiss before she thinks she gonna get her little butt popped because she think that's gonna keep her from stinging them legs, like the innocence. Because honestly, that's what I miss in myself. I miss the innocence, like the way I thought the world was, the way I thought people were. I miss that. I've seen so much growth in you from the day I started watching you. Keep pressing. Oh, thank you. Maybe you didn't. Maybe it's for growth. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, I don't want much out of life. if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? I want to live a long time. I want my family to live a long time. I want to be better at serving God. I don't know what, I don't know. It's like sometimes I'm trying to put into words like, I don't always want to be a disappointment. I don't always want to be like, every day I have to go and ask him to fix something because this is something that I did because I didn't go to him first. I didn't ask first because it only affects my, it don't, it hurts me. It don't hurt him. He got everything. That's God. It don't hurt him. It's hurting me. So I want to live nice. I want my family to live nice. I want, if my niece needs something, it's no issue. I want her to live a long, beautiful life. I want her to have everything. I want all my nieces and nephews to have everything that they want out of life. You know how they say they don't want you to make the same mistakes they did? I'm at that point now in my life. Like I'm the auntie now. I don't want you to do what I did. I don't, because my niece, like, oh my God, she only 2, but Jesus, she's so much like me. My niece is hard-headed. My niece is strong-willed. My niece wants to do things her way. She's 2, y'all. She's so much like me. I don't like being in a box. I don't want you to tell me how to do something. I want to do it my way. You did it your way. Like, you don't come over here and try to run my life after you done did what you wanted to do. Like, that's my mindset. My niece is the same way. Like, she wants to do what she wants to do. Don't put her cup over here. She want it here. I don't care if it's half an inch over. This is where I want it. She does stuff like that. And I'd be like, oh my God, no. Like, that's her. But this is just the beginning. Now to strengthen you and preparing you for the fight, not the battle, because he already won that for us. I hope I am strong enough. That's the part that I'm getting to now. Am I where I was before? No. But I'm nowhere near where I was months ago. I'm not where I was years ago. I'm not going to lie and say I'm still not scared, but it's not a crippling fear the way it was. So I thank God for that, because it is not a crippling fear the way it was. Because before, it just, like, I didn't even know what was going on. Like, I'm surprised I even got hair on my head the way my insides used to feel before. But I didn't know that my weakness was my strength, because I was not ever used to being weak. Regardless of what I've been through in my life, I will act like it doesn't exist before I let it take me down. Even though that wasn't always the best decisions, because I done made my life harder at times doing that, acting like something didn't exist because I didn't want to deal with it, or I wanted to be normal like everybody else. But I understand that now, that guys, like, we literally got one life. Like, I don't know what's going to happen after Jesus come. I don't know, I'm not there. My dad can tell us. He's not here to let us know all what's going on. But the one that's here that I have, I really do believe now, more than I did before, that I have a second chance. And I don't want to waste it being sad and being afraid and like complaining and being scared and being upset. I don't want that. I don't want, like, I am fun. I am a fun person. Like, I like to go eat. I like to laugh. I like to be with my family. Like, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want to be this person. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be having anxiety all the time and certain times a year. Because New Year's, girl, I can throw up. I hate New Year's. I don't want to feel like that because New Year's should feel like a fresh start, but it doesn't. So that's something that I'm working on. When you're faced with the C word, you look at life differently. Everybody, but see, if you did not have the C word, you don't understand. That's the thing. Like my having that, it's like it don't even change your mindset. It's a bigger word. It's like it alters you. Like, the cartoon where, like, say you get hit in the head with a pen and the cartoon laying there and the spirit flies up and look at yourself. That's what it feels like. You don't even know the person that you're looking at. You don't think the same. You don't feel the same. I could have a pain in my finger. My mind goes crazy. Like, I mean, like bells ringing and everything. I could have a headache. Oh my God, like you are when they say you're never the same. Whoever said that, they hit it on the head. It's like you are just walking in a cloud. Like your whole head is like I never did drugs, but I imagine that's what it feels like. Your whole head is in a cloud. You just walking and you got to this corner to the next corner and don't even know how you got there because you can't even focus because your brain is in such like turmoil and disarray. Like it's a bunch of fights going on in your head. Oh, thank you, Yvonne. Thank you. I'm grateful for it too because it has been a blessing to me to have this outlet, to have this channel because again, like I told you guys, as far as like the therapy and stuff, you don't always want to dump all of this stuff on your family. Like I never even told them some of this stuff that I told y'all, like about like how my brain used to function, and sometimes the stuff that I would hear in my head. You wonder why you so scared. You don't know what to believe in that moment. You know what I'm saying? When all you know is it's not just you get it, you're in remission and you're done. This is a lifelong thing that never go. Ain't no get it and you just move on with life. It's a lifelong reminder. All of the testing, like you think every time I get a headache or every time my side hurts or something that I want to think about that? Every time my side hurts, every time I get a sharp pain in my side, like I'm getting ready to go and stand in front of a bus because that's how crazy my mind goes. Every time, like it could be something so small, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, and you don't always tell people that. Because first of all, people gonna think you nuts. And then you try to deal with it and move on. Every time I have a headache, I got a headache because I done stressed myself out so much. But in your mind, it's everything but that. So I'm trying to focus on the blessings that I have, which is my family, a new start, cancer free. Yes, I have to get tested. Yes, it's something that I'm going to have to get done for the rest of my life. It's okay because guess what? I would rather have that done for the rest of my life than to be one of those people who don't have a rest of their life. It's a song that damn it, I said I didn't want to cry no more in my life. It's a song that they used to sing in the old church that I grew up in. And one of the lyrics was like, it could have been me, like outdoor with no food and no clothes. Or another statistic, and you didn't see fit to let that be my story. And I think about that all the time. All the time. Like how these things could be me. And then that's when the fear sets in, Joy. You right. That's when the fear sets in. Like, how do you know it won't be you? And I don't want to think about that anymore. I don't want to think about that. I want to keep in my mind the reason why I got it. To keep in my mind that all of the doctors that I had was all set up by God. Jesus put every last one of those doctors in place. Every last one of those doctors did what they were supposed to do. They did what he set in their minds and in their heart to do. You know, sometimes it just feels like I just want to scream to the top of my lungs the things that go on in my head, but nobody would understand. And nobody, I would not wish this on anybody. I said it and I meant it, that I would rather this be me, especially if I would have known the mental toll it was going to take after the fact. I am the oldest sister out of my brother and my sister. So I'm supposed to be the one to go first. I would have rather it had been me than to be one of them. And it's for selfish reason. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I would be able to handle it if something happened to one of my siblings. But the mental toll alone, I don't think nobody else would be able to handle this except for me. And I was barely handling it, but I'm still here. You know, I'm still here. I was barely handling it. I don't think they would be able to handle this. I really don't. My sister is extremely strong. My brother is strong. I don't think they can handle this though. I don't, because this takes nobody but Jesus to hold your hand, because if he doesn't, you can't make it. And it's not dramatic. It's not, if anybody has had this, you understand exactly what I'm saying. That fear, that fear, the way it alters your brain, the way you don't feel like yourself, the way you don't know yourself, the way you could be thinking you're walking right but going left, the way you hear things talking to you and telling you that you're not going to make it, even though inside you feel like you are, but your brain is fighting against you. Like, they would not be able to deal with this. There's no way. And I'm not saying this in a negative way, because I have a strong family. I don't think they could. I don't think they could. And that's why I would rather it had been me, because I would not want to sit and watch my sister go through this. I feel like I can hide it better. I don't know if I am, but I feel like I can hide it better. My sister is way more emotional than I am. I feel like I can hide it better. These last couple of years, I have definitely felt weaker than I ever have felt, but I thank God that it's like I was not one of those statistics. I was not one of those ones that was their story and it was it. You know, like look at that man that just got killed, the CEO of the healthcare. Like this man life is going just like that. Like is that one of the statistics that the song talks about? You know, I wonder about his mindset. I wonder about his life. Like, did he know God? Did he know of God? Did he, what was his relationship like? Like what was his relationship with Jesus like? I don't like these, I think about that. Like this man's life is, I mean, that fast. He's walking down the street. That fast, it's over. It's processing and getting through this thing. You will get through it. Yeah, I know I will. I know I will. But I guess I had to come to this realization in order for me to attempt to take the reins back, if that makes any sense. Because for a while I just was laying back and just letting it take over because I was so mentally tired. Like that's the only word I can use. I was so mentally tired that I just was letting it overtake me. But that's not doing God no justice or giving him any praise, because it's like you've had this, but then it's like your life is still, you're still suffering. And yes, there's side effects. Yes, it's things that I have to deal with every day. But I also think about, remember when I told you guys the story about my chicken pox and stuff, how I have the mark there. Um, the other surgeries and stuff that I have had, I have marks wherever I had a surgery. And my neuropathy is my mark, that I'll never forget this time of my life that was the worst period of my life. And Jesus brought me through it. I made it. I won. And this is the mark, because I had neuropathy in my hands as well. It was bad. Like it was snow on the ground, and I would have the window open with my hands out the window because it felt like somebody had a campfire on and they were sitting my hands in the campfire. I would have to hang them out the window. My feet are not 1,000%, no, but they're better. I couldn't trim my toenails before. I couldn't even touch them before. Getting in the shower was torture. The water hitting my feet, oh my God. It was hell. That has gotten better. Your story is just being told, and the devil's gonna fight you because he knows the power that you have. Jesus suffered for us. He's got you. Trust him. I agree. Yes, I agree 1,000%. Now I understand. It's hard, Egypt, but you have to fight this. I'm praying for your full healing in Jesus' name. Thank you. I'll take all the prayers that I can get. And that's growth. Because before I didn't even, that wasn't even on my mind. Like all of the positive things or the positive thoughts and prayers and energy people would give me, it was like I couldn't receive it because of that fear. I'd like it would make me mad when my mom would say you'll be okay. Because it's like I don't want to hear that, because it's like you don't know. You my mom. What you supposed to say? You don't know. But now I know she did know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful for that because it allowed me to get some of my strength back. It allowed me to stand up and say, okay, once again, you're in the middle of a storm. All of this is for a reason. Like, okay, like you have a piece like a clay. You have a piece of clay and you're molding that piece into whatever it is that you're trying to make. And your little brother comes by and knocks it down and the little pieces of clay fall off. All you can do is take those pieces of clay and mold it back together. It may not be the same as it was before, but who's to say now because you've taken time away from it and stepped back and came back to it, that that piece of clay or whatever it is that you're making is not going to be even better than it was before. That's what I'm praying for now. That I don't want to be the same person I was. I want to be better. I want to be better for myself. I want to be better for God, first of all, because I'm tired of embarrassing him. I want to be better for him first. So that way, when I'm telling people about all what happened and what I went through and everything, that they see a change and they see that, all right, let me see what's going on because she seems like a good girl. I want them to see that. I don't want them to see the anger and the sadness and the exhaustion and the mental illness. I don't want them to see all of that. I want them to see that while my brain may not be the same, I'm still going to go to school and I'm going to pass and I'm going to do well. I'm still going to further my education and utilize everything that God put down here with whatever time I got left. That I pray that it's till I'm 100. I want to make my dad proud. I want to do better for my family. What I'm saying? I want to do better. Yeah, people don't want to hear that when they are sick, but it's speaking life into them. Yes, I agree. But at that time, I didn't want to hear it. I really didn't because I thought about how many people that had this and everybody was telling them the same thing and look what happened to them. So now, you know what I'm saying? You going through all of this and you like, oh, everything's gonna be fine, and then you don't croak. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know I did not want her to stand there and tell me, girl, they ain't looking good, child. You might be up out of here. No, I didn't want her to tell me that, but I did not want oh, girl, you gonna be just fine. Like at that time, no, absolutely not. He'll bless you in the good. Praise him, darling. What did he say? So that he may be glorified. You are in the potter's hands. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hey, guys. What's kind of funny is he knows how the story will end. If you're a believer, you will start handling things different. Yes, yes, yes. And honestly, that's the point that I'm trying to make. It's just dragging out a little longer because I got so much in my mind I want to get out. But that's basically my point. He knows what my story is. I don't know what my story is. All I can do is try to make this the best story that I can. My dad passed at 39. He had goals and dreams that he didn't get to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? He had things on his plate that he wanted to do. Everybody is going to have when they get old. Like, I'm sure there's things my grandma wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to have, oh, I wish I could have did this. You can't do everything. But I always think about myself as a kid and all the potential that I had and all of the smarts I had and all of the gifts and stuff that I had. And sometimes when I look, it's like, what did you do with all of those things that you had that you were so gifted with? And don't get me wrong, just because you may be good at singing don't mean you want to be a singer. I'm not saying you have to do things just because you're good at it. But also things don't come when you're not in the right mindset to receive them either, if that makes any sense. I think maybe I had to have mind altering things happen in order for me to be in a place where I can better handle things and better receive them. I am still a work in progress. I'm not going to say tomorrow something ain't going to piss me off, but I'm going to do my best to handle it better. I'm going to do my best to, if something bothers me, to just let it go. If I want to speak on it, respectfully have a conversation, but not shift the atmosphere. And you know what I'm saying? Like the look I can give somebody, like I don't want that to be who people know me for. It's so much about me that I wish I could share with people, but you're not supposed to, because that's between you and God. And that's a lot of times, it's like I feel so misunderstood. Like sometimes when people say stuff and I just sit there and be like, you don't know me at all. You just need to be aligned with God. No, that's right. That's right. Good evening, lady. Hi, Toya. You're absolutely right. And that's the path I'm on now. That is the path I'm on now. And it's not an easy path. It's not an easy path essentially changing your makeup. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not being fake or being somebody you're not. It's literally changing for the better. Because again, I am a big believer in, what is the word? What is oh God, it was right there. When somebody is telling you something and you're looking at the source. I'm a big believer in the source. I cannot be at work telling anybody how, Jesus healed me and how, I am, how much I love God and, everything. And then they know me for being angry or they know me for bad energy. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that, because I can very much, especially if somebody does something to me, I am very much that person that I like everybody to my detriment. But once I don't like you, I don't care what's going on. I could see you and your kids on the freezing cold on the corner, child, and I be done drove closer to the curb so the snow can splash on you. Like, I am very much her, and that's not a good way to be. People make mistakes, and it's because I have been so open for so long and never guarded myself that I think I went a little overboard now, and that's not how you are supposed to be, especially if you are telling people about God and stuff. Because I tell my mom that a lot. Like, the way we grew up, I am thankful for it, because it gave me a foundation and it gave me respect for the house of God. It gave me respect for, your appearance and things like that. But sometimes I feel like, I told her the way that they used to do things as far as teaching and stuff may not have always been the best. If Jesus brought people in love, who are you to do it any other way? We got saved out of fear. We got baptized and all of that stuff because they drilled that into you. This is how you get into heaven. I don't care what else somebody tell you. If this ain't how you're doing it, you're going to hell. And while that's true, the generations and stuff are not the same. And you don't have to change God's word and conform to the world. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what's that saying? You catch more flies with honey. You're going to draw people to you more with a sweeter spirit, with, you telling them how God loves them. He hates sin, but he loves you. Not the, you better do this, because else don't nobody want to hear that. That's not working in 2024. You know what I'm saying? Like, things are changing, and it's heartbreaking to see because I grew up a certain way at age 11. No, we grew up in church. Child, we ain't had no choice. Now it's like, you hear people whining and complaining, and it's like, girl, we ain't had no choice. You was going. I don't care what was going on. You was going to church. We was up in there. So we gained the foundation from that, and I am thankful for it. I would not change it for the world, honestly. I really wouldn't. As much as I may have veered off and, not been the best, person that I should be and the most obedient and all of that stuff, I still would not change my upbringing in church for nothing. Especially my particular church. I would not change it for nothing. Would I say that when I look back, everything was correct? No. Some of the ways that we did things was a little much. Like my grandma was like, girl, my grandma was head of the usher board. So that already lets you know how, you came in church, and if she even smelled like that skirt was a little too far up above them knees, honey, she get that ruler out. You be back on the bus going to change them clothes, or you be in the church with a sheet over your leg. Was it a bit much? Yeah. But when I'm gonna tell you how it helped me, it gave me respect for God's house. Because I noticed when you go to Dubai or Abu Dhabi or wherever it is that they go, and their religion is different. When you're going to those places of worship, I don't hear nobody complaining about covering their heads up, whether you're Muslim or not. I don't hear nobody complaining about putting on long dresses and covering up their body because you're in their house of worship. But yet, when you go to church, well, it say come as you are and all. So you think it's okay to be in God's house dressed and looking however you want to look. But when you go to other religious places, thank you. You better not. You go to other religious places, y'all taking pictures with the stuff on your head and the long gowns and all. You proud of that then. But when it's time for you to go someplace else, it's an issue. If I ever went, I have a very close friend who is Muslim. If I ever went to anything of hers, and if that was required of me, regardless of what I would believe, out of respect, I would cover myself. Because this is her religion. Regardless of whether I agree with it or not, it's just about respect. That's just how I look at it. It's about respect. Because if she ever came to church with me, I would expect her to be respectfully dressed, because this is my place of worship. That's how I am. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what I agree with or whether, I believe in this and I believe in that, I am respectful of everybody because I expect people to be respectful of me. I don't go to church with, my skirts all short and stuff and all of this makeup on and all, that's not how I grew up. And yeah, is it not as strict now that you get older and you learn the word more? It's not as strict as they made it out to be, but I still don't mind because guess what? This is God's house. So I still don't mind. I still try to be, and I'm even on my everyday, I don't dress like that. So I'm sure enough not going to do it at work, but I definitely try to make sure that I am respectable. There was no come as you are back in the day. Girl, okay, come as you are. You better have a sheet or a towel. You better have something going on. You couldn't even wear pants. Girl, I'm never going to forget. I came there. I think I might have came from work one time. I came to church with a pair of pants. They made me sit in the back of the church. Mind you, been in this church since I was a little kid. They made me sit in the back of the church. You're not coming in God's house dressed the way you want to dress. That's not how it's working. So I agree with you 100%. And that's not even what that means. That's what's crazy. Everybody's so busy worrying about what you got on. That's not even what that means. That means your spirit, your soul, where you are in that moment. Like if you are down, if you are crying, if you're happy, wherever you are in that moment, you come. If you feel like you 2 seconds from yourself, you come. If you are skipping down the street, you are having the best day of your life. Come as you are. It's where you are in life. It's not about what you got on. Now, if you were new to the church, yeah, they ain't get ready to do all of that because you don't know. You gonna know after that first service though. Especially if my grandma was there. Yeah, you finna know before you leave. Nowadays, it's about a relationship with God and how's your heart. Some people play church. That's not how it go. Yeah, we don't care what your heart is. We care, but it's steps you gotta take. It's not just because you a good person, you think you just strolling in the head. No. Okay, I don't care how many food drives or how much toys for tots you doing. That ain't no. You're not getting in because that's what you say. It's steps and things that you have to take, you know what I'm saying, in order, like every other book you pick up. You don't just do what you want to do. It's things that you have to do according to God's word, period. I wore them long jean skirt. Girl, those was my sister. My sister used to wear them long jean skirts. She loved dressing up for church. My skirts weren't long at the time, but they weren't short. But my grandma definitely gave me the side eye once or twice. Like, you can't be in there. Like, you know how they be having, like, your shoulders showing or no camisole strapped. Pull that jacket up. Pull that blazer up. Nope. You be up front praying. Them kneecaps better not be out. They up front with the sheet and stuff, putting it on. Girl, they ain't play that in the church I grew up in, honey. You was not. Earrings and all that stuff. You weren't coming in church with all that stuff on. They better not. Oh, eyeshadow and where you going? Like, girl, please. Nope. Not a household of faith. You wasn't. Not in that church, you wasn't. If you didn't have the Holy Ghost, you couldn't play the drums. You couldn't be serving no food. I'm surprised you could use the bathroom. They did not play in God's house. And I would not change it for the world because it gave me a foundation that I have now. I wouldn't change it. Guys, we done been on this live all this time. Oh my God. Well, y'all ain't finna see no food tonight because I'm going to make my food and try to get a little bit more study in, and then I'm going to bed. I miss them days too, Yvonne. I'm going to tell you, I'm not even going to lie. I would give anything to be able to go back to being a kid. If not a kid, like a teenager. Like maybe around 19 or 20, because I don't want to be no kid, because I don't want to go through, like, losing my dad and stuff all over again. But I would definitely go back. I definitely would, because, girl, being an adult, all hyped to get grown, this is the ghetto. Oh, my God. I can't believe I was so hyped to be grown. This is so ghetto. I'm okay. I would have to go back to being a kid. Child, Brookie don't know. She living the life, honey. She ain't got no responsibility. She can scream and tear up and set the house on fire, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing. I miss them days. She don't get her butt popped the way we did. Like, she just getting away with murder. She's just having the life. Well, when you put up, yes. Yep, we went to Household of Faith. Yep. No bills, no problems. Girl. You ain't lying. Soon as you open your eyes, somebody asking for $50. Like, I ain't even get out the bed yet, and this money coming out your account. Like, child, please, I would love to go back to being a kid, because being an adult is just, it's not all it's cracked up to be, honey. All I wanted to do is go outside without my mom breathing down my neck. I didn't know how ghetto it was going to get. I'd rather go back to the curfew. This a mess. Well, I am going to let you guys go. I am so glad we did this live tonight. And I had a beautiful, beautiful time as always. The next video will probably be a pre-film video. Because the next one I would like to do the vision board with you guys. Did anybody get the book? I told you, y'all probably didn't. Did anybody order that book? Because we ain't gonna never had no book club, because don't nobody want to be getting the books. The book only $16. It's called Our Kind of People. Like, I want to read the book with y'all and discuss it and stuff. I want to start the book club. But the next live we'll probably do, like, I'm glad you did too. You never are able to catch me. I'm glad you did too. I had such a good time. I'm so glad you caught it. Let me know if you guys, if anybody got the book. So the next live we'll do like our vision board and stuff and just, talk about whatever's going on in the moment. But I'm gonna go and taste this butter chicken and I'll tell y'all whether I had to make me some oodles and noodles or not. See how this came out. And I will see you guys in the next video. I love you guys so, so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for making this another amazing live. I love you guys. God bless you guys. Thank you. Have a good night. Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye, Cecilia. Thank you. Bye, Just Me. Bye, Jewel. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.